Good afternoon, North Kingstown. And welcome to the parade portion of the 350th anniversary of the founding of North Kingstown. Doesn't happen very often. This is one of our signature events, and I know you're going to have a great time today. I'm Randy Wheatman. I'm on the 350th committee and president of Historic Wickford. And the parade has just stepped off from the high school. They'll be here in approximately 7 or 8 minutes, and I want to go over just a few things before they arrive. But we've got about 50 entries, not just individuals, but organizations. So it's, I think, the largest parade we've ever had. All right. Since we're sitting in Veterans Memorial Park, I want to talk about this briefly. And the folks who had made this happen, the Department of Public Works, for the past 2 weeks have been working on this, along with our tree warden, Peter Morgan, and Bryn McNamee. They've cleared out that back portion. The park is now about 30% larger than it was before. And about 75 yards of that is the old rail bed for the Newport and Wickford Railway and Steamboat Company, which then went down here, hung a left, and terminated on the end of Steamboat. So it's pretty cool to have this park cleaned up for this event, but also for Veterans Day, which will be very soon. We've had an amazing number of events for the 350th, 45 events in the calendar and about 25 for the speaker series. If my math is correct, that's about 70 events. And the 350th committee has worked on this starting in December of 23, putting this all together. This is one of the larger events, but as you know, there's something for everybody. And we've had 45 events in the calendar and 25 in the speaker series. So we're very proud of what we've done for our 350th anniversary. Real briefly, a few of the things remaining for the year. We have a few more in the speaker series. On 18 October, we've got, I believe, the last Wickford Harbor Fire. The VFW has a 5K on October 19th. On 26 October, we have Founders Day, another signature event. On 9 November, we have Veterans Day Parade, as we usually do. And on 7 December, we will have the Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, and most likely combine that with another event that we're very proud of. And I don't know if you know this, but North Kingstown has been selected by the National Park System as the World War II heritage city or town for Rhode Island. This is a one-time event. Nobody will ever have it other than North Kingstown. It's not annual, and there's only one town in North Kingstown that has that designation. North Kingstown will now and forevermore be known as the World War II heritage city for Rhode Island. There's so much to be proud of here. In 22, we were named the #1 small historic town in America, and now we have the only designation for the heritage city for the state of Rhode Island. And that more to follow on that, but that will be December 7th and likely at the CB Museum, which focuses on why we were the major contributor from the state and for the country to the success in World War II. And then lastly, before we get to our first event, I don't hear him yet, but I want to talk about the folks who made this all happen, who worked very hard over the period of a year. And a few are town employees, but most are volunteers. And these folks in the 350th committee are Jeanette Elwood, Palmer Beebe, Matt McCoy, who happens to be the chairman of the organization, Haley Wicker, Melissa Devine, Michelle Garcelle, myself, Keith Fink, Jerry Grabowski. Jerry's over there somewhere. Oh, hey, Jerry's back. Okay, she moved. John Gibbons, Bill Penoyer, and Ralph Mollis. They have worked, I can tell you, all year, every 2 weeks, to pull off roughly 70 events. So I'm going to break for a little while because I can't sing Barbra Streisand. I've been asked to, but that's not going to work. And our first event here our first organization should be here in a few minutes. We got fire department leading the way for the 350th anniversary parade. We have the men and women, our very own North Kingstown Fire Department, responding to emergency and non-emergency concerns in our community for more than 100 years. And the guy in front there waving, that was Scott Cattell, the chief of the fire department. Thank you for your support, Chief Cattell. Leading the way again, as we typically do with parades, is the police and fire department for North Kingstown. The group right in back of the last fire truck there was first formed in World War II and after World War II in 1948. They are known as the Rhode Island Highlanders Pipe Band. They consist of returning veterans dedicated to preserving and performing traditional music of Scotland and Ireland. Today, the group practices weekly at the Varnum Armory in East Greenwich and enjoy competing in the Highland Games and teaching and growing the music that they are collectively passionate about. The next entry is the Kingston Reds, Rhode Island Historic Militia. The Kingston Reds are the chartered historic military command dating back to 1775, with their involvement in the 3rd King's Regiment of Militia in the American Revolution. Tasked with guarding the coast of Rhode Island, this group is headquartered at General Nathaniel Greene Homestead today and frequently participates in historic reenactments, military traditions to promote the respect of the flag and both the federal and state constitutions. The group is passionate about 18th century New England history. The next entry are the Grand Marshals. They're very special this year. Officially, we have 2 Grand Marshals for our 350th anniversary parade. Both are proud to be longtime North Kingstown residents, and both are veterans of the U.S. Navy. Go Navy. Let's give a warm welcome to nonagenarians, which is 90 years plus, to the Grand Marshals, Dottie Medusky and George Silva.
Yay, George!
Dottie is raised in a Navy family, then enlisted in 1951 as a WAVE, and that's an acronym, by the way. It stands for Women Accepted for Volunteer Emergency Service. Dottie served in Naval Communications in Washington, D.C. during the Korean War. Her family moved to North Kingstown in 1966. Escorting her today is Captain Jill Skeet, a proud member of the local VFW 152. Thank you, Jill. And our next Grand Marshal is George Silva. George is a member of a gunner crew ferrying war supplies from the U.S. to England on merchant ships, serving the U.S. Navy until 1945. He saw action in the Pacific. He first enlisted with permission back then, could do that at the age of 17 in 1943, right in the middle of World War II. Escorting George today in North Kingstown is resident Stephen Wheat. Thank you for all your service. Now, the next entry is the pageant winners. I want to slow down a little bit because I want to give you your full due. Let's hear it for the hometown hero, North Kingstown resident, Miss Rhode Island 24, Allie Hornick. She joins us today, having been crowned in the pageant scholarship contest, and is founder of the Glimmer of Hope Foundation, a nonprofit providing support and strength to families battling childhood cancer. Joining Allie in the Jeep from Paul Bailey's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram as North Kingstown is Miss Rhode Island Teen 24, Peyton Mays. And in the last Jeep from Woonsocket, and joining us today in another Jeep from Paul Bailey's is Miss Rhode Island USA, Caitlin Santana. Caitlin will use her platform as Miss Rhode Island USA to speak at the lack of opportunities that adults with intellectual disabilities face as they search for meaningful employment. Joining Caitlin is Miss Teen Rhode Island USA, Carissa Tillingask of Warwick. This group in front of you right now is from Extraordinary Arts LLC. Pretty talented, if you ask me. The hard part is this is a 2-mile parade. They're doing this the whole way. In the U.S., the URI mascot just slipped by me there. Let's hear it for Rhodey the Ram. Rhode Island State Police, I don't see him here. Next are elected officials. We have elected and appointed officials representing the town of North Kingstown. Representative Seth Magaziner proudly represents the 2nd Congressional District. State Senator Alana DeMario, proudly representing District 36. State Senator Bridget Valverde at District 35. And State Representative Julie Casamera, representing District 34. State Representative Bob Craven and General Treasurer James Diasa. In front of you right now is the Newport Ancient Order of the Hibernians, Pipes and Drums. Established in 2006, they're an award-winning band that participates in parades and private events, primarily across the Northeast, but also participating in anniversary events in Kinsale, Ireland, representing the city of Newport. This group is led by Pipe Major Michael O'Connor. Now we have the Rhode Island State Police. With their commitment to safety and support throughout the Ocean State, we're thrilled to have the Rhode Island State Police join us today. North Kingstown Police. We had the fire department in the front of the parade, and now the North Kingstown Police in this section.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see who this is. For North Kingstown Fire.
All right. Now we have more from the North Kingstown Fire Department, first organized 105 years ago. The North Kingstown Fire Department operates with the mission to provide for the protection of life and property through the efficient delivery of emergency and non-emergency services. It is led by Chief Scott Cattell. We saw him earlier today. It's with great thanks to Chief Cattell, this parade has a high level of participation from departments throughout.
Hey, look who's there. Hey, Larry!
We got an interesting story here. Larry and Judy were in front of the parade earlier. They're in the truck right now, Larry and Julie Mandel, and there's a reason for that. 50 years ago, they rode in the back of a fire truck in the 300th anniversary of North Kingstown's founding. They are marking their 50th wedding anniversary today. And most appropriately, they're riding on the fire truck that they rode 50 years ago. All right, in the golf cart, we have the North Kingstown Recreation Department with administrative office in the historic town hall, which is right behind us. These guys and gals work very hard to provide recreational opportunities and facilities for North Kingstown of all ages. Now we have North Kingstown Public Works. I can't say enough about them. I mentioned earlier the park in back of you was worked for the last 2 weeks by the good folks from the Public Works Department. And by the way, right in back of you will be a very nice 25-foot flagpole with a yard arm and gaff in the next couple of weeks.
Wow.
which is paid for by one of our parade marshals, George Silva, the gentleman who will be turning 100 in June. And the next entry is the North Kingstown School Committee, made up of Aaron Earl, who is the chair, Robert Case, vice chair, Jennifer Lima, James Sheehan, Deborah Lucasco, and Christine LaPierre. The North Kingstown School Committee fosters collaboration, transparency, and open communication in its mission to develop policy, provide fiscal management, and support services to the North Kingstown School Department.
Thank you.
Hey, James. Chaired by Aaron Earl, members of the 23-24 School Committee, whereas I mentioned earlier, Robert Case, Jen Lima, James Sheehan, Deborah Lucasco, and from Jamestown, Christine LaPierre. And from the North Kingstown School Department, Superintendent Kenny Duva and Assistant Superintendent Rob Mazzanotti. With them are principals from each school, including Shivali Finkelstein of North Kingstown, Colin Laughlin of Fishing Cove Elementary, Joe Rotz of Forest Park, Frederick Schweitzer of Hamilton, Carolyn Johnson of Quidnesset, Nicole Hitchner of Stony Lane, Barbara Maher of Davisville, and Joe Renzi of Davisville Academy. And this is the North Kingstown High School Band. Let's hear it for the Skippers. Wow, excellent band. And behind them are some North Kingstown students and educators from North Kingstown schools. In Fishing Cove School, excellent.
Fishing Cove!
And Forest Park School, educators and students from both. Wonderful to see that.
Go Fishing Cove!
Hey, Fishing Cove. In Hamilton, just down the road from here.
Yeah!
And behind them is Davisville Middle School, just up the road.
Yeah,
Hey.
let's go Huskies! Woo!
Hey, Taylor.
Oh, I see some dragons! DMS dragons.
And behind them is the Davis Middle School Dragon. And what they're doing today is a joint band between Davisville Middle School and Wickford Middle School.
Okay. Wow, look at the dragon. Go TMS!
Go DMS!
Yeah! TMS back team!
Again, a joint band effort by Davisville and Wickford Middle.
All right. Nice job!
Quidnesset Elementary Sharks.
Yeah!
Yeah. And behind them is Stony Lane.
All right! Let's go Sharks!
Stony Lane Whales.
Yeah!
And the last school for the middle school is the Wickford Middle School Wildcats.
All right. Go Wildcats! Oh, wow. Look at this. Go Wildcats!
And behind them we have the North Kingstown Bus Contractor Association. I'm sure you think of them the same way I do. Buses and schools just sort of go together.
Go bus contractors! Nice job!
Coming up in the white truck is the North Kingstown Education Foundation. Like all great institutions, there is a foundation that supports them in many ways. This is no exception. They work to support the North Kingstown students and teachers since 2019 with increased opportunities for learning enrichment in and out of the classroom. The next entry is Mystic Pipe and Drum. That's Mystic Pipe and Drum, founded 5 years ago by pipers and drummers from southeastern Connecticut. The Mystic Pipe and Drum is led by Pipe Major Baird Welch Collins, Pipe Sergeant Madeline Kaufner, and Drum Sergeant Andrew Frasarelli. They are a grade 5 competition band working to expand piping and drumming throughout music and community involvement. This next group is the Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War. It is a lineal, fraternal, patriotic organization made up of descendants of the Union soldiers who sacrificed their lives, thanks Mike, and livelihoods for the United States in the Civil War from 1861 to 1865. They are congressionally chartered as the legal heir and representative of the Grand Army of the Republic. And the next one is probably known by all, the Seabees. The Seabee Museum and Memorial Park, hailing from our own Quonset Point, Rhode Island. They are representatives from the Seabee Museum and Memorial Park. They proudly honor the heroic legacy of the U.S. Navy Seabees Construction Battalion, whose contributions to our nation's World War II war effort helped the town of North Kingstown recently earned, as I mentioned earlier, the National Park System designation as Rhode Island's only World War II American Heritage City Award. This group ahead of us now is the Kentish Guard, celebrating the 250th anniversary of their 1774 charter this month. The Kentish Guard is a historic military organization that was chartered by the colony of Rhode Island. This event is a new entry to the Rhode Island Aviation Hall of Fame. They are here to increase the public awareness of and history of the technological development of aviation. They also honor Rhode Island aviation heroes. This float is for Lieutenant John Finn, U.S. Navy.
Hi, John.
He drove this 38 Ford at the Battle of Kanawha Naval Air Station, Pearl Harbor, December 7th. Remember, we will have a celebration December 7th over at the CV Museum. The next few vehicles are the Rhode Island Military Vehicle Collectors Club. The Rhode Island Military Vehicle Collectors Club is a nonprofit providing an organization for military vehicle enthusiasts interested in the preservation of many decades of historic military transport. The entry coming up in back of the military vehicles is the North Kingstown Memorial VFW, Post 152. Let me tell you something. This group is incredibly active in your community. We're lucky to have them. The Veterans of Foreign Wars traces its roots back to 1899 when Spanish-American war veterans founded organizations to secure rights and benefits for their service after coming home wounded, sick, and left to care for themselves. Thank you, VFW 152.
Thank you.
Under the leadership of Commander David Ainsley. This next group is the Boston Windjammers Marching Band, founded in 1999. The Boston Windjammers join us today as another marching band entry compiled by Executive Director Russ Wiseman. Yeah. In this entry is Rhode Island Little League Baseball.
Yeah, Little League.
They are the District 3 champions.
Go NK. Go North. Oh, look at
Our next entry, these two ladies, are the North Kingstown Arts Council, supporting the arts in the community since 1983. The North Kingstown Arts Council is well known, probably for most of us, for its fantastic summer and family concert series at the town beach. Chairperson Nancy Sherman is joined by fellow Arts Council members to share their group's valuable mission of appreciating and preserving and sharing the history and heritage of North Kingstown through the arts. North Kingstown Community Chorus is a nonprofit show chorus made of approximately 100 enthusiastic voices and also an NK Community Youth Chorus for the younger crowd. Plum Beach Garden Club. We all know about them. Just look to your left and right and you can see something that they've done. The plantings down here by the Wickford sign, done by Plum Beach Garden Club. Some back here. The garden by the Town Hall in Shana's, done by Plum Beach Garden Club. Anything that looks pretty in North Kingstown, probably they had their hands on it.
Nice job!
Excellent organization. Plummy, as of yesterday, we weren't sure Plummy was going to make it, but I'm glad you're here.
And Bruce. We got Bruce driving.
Yeah, thanks.
Hi, guys.
Plummy is a much-loved member of the Plum Beach Lighthouse Association. I can't imagine any parade without Plummy in them. Nice to have him here. The actual Plum Beach Lighthouse, as you probably know, is by the Jamestown-Verrazano Bridge. It was derelict for quite a few years until the incredible rehab done by that organization in 2003. The Dune Buggy today is joined by us by virtue of NK residents Frank and Ruth Crump. Dell's Lemonade. Is there such a thing as a parade without Dell's? I don't think so. Easy way to tell a tourist in Rhode Island, they got a cup of Dell's with a straw in it. And here's our Dixieland Band. And next, Boy Scouts, Troop 152. Currently led by Scoutmaster Todd Swanson, Boy Scouts of America Troop 152 was established in North Kingstown in 1970 and continues to welcome new members aged 11 to 17, sponsored in part by the VFW 152. Girl Scouts followed right behind the Girl Scouts of America. Girl Scouts of Southeastern New England are building girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. First organized in Georgia in March of 1912, Girl Scouts of the USA were chartered by the U.S. Congress in 1950. And next we have the Legacy Martial Arts of North Kingstown. Legacy Martial Arts in North Kingstown is a home for martial arts instruction for children and adults, known for unlocking personal potential, teaching discipline, strength, character development, martial arts, and Sensei Frank Soltes offers year-round programming for his dojo up on Post Road.
Yes.
Cub Scouts, Pac 5. North Kingstown, Pac 5, I should say.
Pac 5!
They're affiliated with the Narragansett Council, and they are also welcoming new members. Go to beascout.org to sign up if you wish. And just like the Dell's Lemonade, I can't imagine a parade without the Shriners. Our next event is the Shriners. Join us today for some fan favorites, the Mini Cars and Shriners. They're an international organization with an aim to be premier fraternal organization for men of good character. They operate to serve mankind through their philanthropic resources. This is the Living Hope Christian Church with the American Heritage Girls and Trail Life USA groups. Living Hope Christian Church is thrilled to take part in the 350th. First established in '98. They first started having services in a local school, but now they are located in South County Trail in North Kingstown since 2009. Next group is American Heritage Girls.
Nice job!
Also associated with the Living Hope Christian Church. And again, associated with the Living Hope Christian Church is Troop Rhode Island. Well, I'll talk about crowd favorites. Dell's Lemonade, Shriners, and the Cow Car. Always in the parade. What I didn't know, this is Smith & Agley's Potbelly Manor, better known as the Cow Car from Smith & Agley's Potbelly Pig Farm. The farm is a rescue dedicated to improving the lives of potbelly pigs and other farm animals. Located on 10 Rod Road They have a pet-assisted therapy program. And right behind them is the Marching Milkman Band, hailing from Monroe Dairy, serving customers in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. The Milkman Band, 9-piece band, playing songs about, get this, fat cats, mooncakes, and sweeping floors. And classic cars. Hey, Peggy Scully driving her 1958 Chevy Impala. And this looks like a Corvette. Don't have it in my notes, but
What year is it?
51. 51?
66.
Oh, 1966 Corvette. These people are the catnip junkies. The catnip junkies. Marching band. And joining our fire department today is going to be the East Greenwich Veteran Firemen's Association. Here we go. Since 1797, East Greenwich Fire has proudly served our neighboring town of East Greenwich. East Greenwich Veteran Firemen's Association joins us today with a refurbished historic firefighting apparatus.
Thank you.
Thank you, East Greenwich. And we've got a truck from Warwick. I didn't know we'd have them here, but it's nice to have them join the parade. Warwick Fire Department. 100th anniversary this year, 2024, for the Warwick Fire Department. And our last entry, and we've got quite a few firefighting vehicles behind them, but they're all kind of one category. Our last entry officially is South Kingstown Fire Department.
South Kingstown.
They have 4 firefighting pieces of equipment. They're proud to join us today to celebrate North Kingstown's 350th anniversary, after they marked the 300th anniversary, by the way, of the establishment of their town just last year. Congratulations, South Kingstown, and thank you very much for joining us. And Block Island Fire Truck. Excellent. Jamestown Fire Department.
Go U.S. Air Force!
And U.S. Air Force.
A blue fire truck. Cranston.
Mechanical Park. Volunteer Fire Department.
Go Providence! Thank you! Thank you!
And our last entry today is the Rip the Bus, which stops at TF Green Airport in Kennedy Plaza. All right, that's about it, but please stay just for one more minute. I would be remiss if I didn't thank the folks who allowed us to put this on. It took a great deal amount of time and a great deal amount of resources to pull off approximately 70 events for the entire year. And that's our sponsors. We had lots and lots of very generous sponsors on different levels. On the Sachem level, we had Revolution Wind in Centerville Bank.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And that's the highest level. On the Roger Williams levels, Dave Fresh Marketplace in Wickford, Fresh Maps LLC with Michelle Garicel, Taylor Rental on Post Road. In additional, thanks to Updike, on the Updike Newton level, we had Ocean State Credit Union, Paul Bailey's, Washington Trust, Navigant Credit Union, Bank Newport, in additional support for the 350th events this year. From organizations like Historic Wickford, Quonset Development Corporation, Rhode Island Real Estate, Goldman Sachs, Bank Rhode Island, Richard's Pub, Retrovo Restaurant, Torrey Plastics, and Pleasant Street Wharf. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our parade this year. Thank you for coming out.